I've waited 10,000 years and they have finally released Snow White Paladin. I'm so glad. The only thing that's a little bit unfortunate is that I only have so many crystals right now. And that's a bit of a shame, but I'm going to pull anyways. Keep in mind that I might be a little bit biased this video. Just gonna say that ahead of time. And obviously there's some other things that is coming out with this, mainly a new prison. It's going up to, I believe, floor 300 now, or 400, I don't know, something like that. So if you guys are interested in that, fantastic. New paid weapons, of which neither of them, I believe, have amazing sub skills, but the harp is a 2-target magic attack increaser. So obviously as a magic DPS, personally, I think the weapon itself is not half bad. So if you guys want to MLB that as minstrels, I'm just saying it's not that bad. You know, maybe, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's not too bad. You might as well, you know? Anyways, let's move on to the actual jobs and the weapons. Snow White Paladin is going to be coming with 700 magical attack, just what I needed, as well as 100 HP and 100 magical defense. Pretty much the standard for Paladin classes, which is great. And obviously she comes with this fantastic skin, which has everything that I need. A beautiful waifu, a scythe, a little bit of cleavage, some stomach, nice thighs, whatever the hell you want to call this, a strap thingy. Great all around. These almost thigh-high boots. Everything is great. This is literally the embodiment of perfection. There is never going to be a better character in this game than Snow White. And just on that basis, I think everyone in the game, no matter your job, should pull on this banner with all of their crystals. But let's move on to the actual Scythe itself. I did notice something, and that is this. If you take a look here at MLB on the JP version, it has 5,899 total stats. Now, that's not that great. It's okay, but I would pull anyways. Now, the important note is I looked at the KR one, and as you guys can see here, the MLB has 6,193. The magic attack has gone up, so makes it a little bit better than KR. Unfortunately, I'm going to take a wild guess. I cannot read Korean, but I'm pretty sure that is still Dauntless Courage 1. Bit of a shame. Obviously, if that was Dauntless Courage 2, this would be like an automatic pull for all magic DPS, just from the fact that it is still DC 1 with about 2300 something magic attack. That is more than enough reason for me to pull on it, on top of the fact that it comes with Snow White. So I will be pulling on this as a magic DPS, as should all magic DPS, mostly because if it is something that you can get multiple copies of, which is likely, you might as well do so. Obviously, the only concern I have in terms of like optimal play is the fact that Spec Banner is probably coming in a week. And if Spec Banner is good, which it probably will be considering last month's Magic DPS one was kind of trash, that could be a bit of a problem if they have like 2 DC, 2 spears. That could be a slight issue for me, but obviously one of those is going to be a DC spear that I already own, and then one of them will be a new one, assuming it's not the bow that's new. So, I guess it is what it is. Worst case scenario, you just gotta spend money, right? Next, we're gonna be moving on to the next weapon, which is going to be the Silver Grimoire. Now, unfortunately, it is replenished magic too. Kinda sucks. And obviously, just like the spear, all weapons on this banner are getting an increase in stats, at least according to the KR info. Magic attack to 1, I mean, like, obviously it's probably gonna have a good ratio, but like, I don't really see much of a point in this personally. I would rather if it was a 2-target, 1.5 target, or if it was like a 2-stat 1.5, I would like that as well. Or even defense. I think a magic defense down 1 target wouldn't be that awful. Mostly just because I've been noticing an awful lot of minstrels going defense focused for whatever reason. And I'm having a little bit of trouble doing good damage against people that are like average 15 magic defense. I don't know if that's just like an issue with the Sorks. Maybe there's not enough magic defense Sork books, or maybe it is just minstrels are having a ton of defense up. Personally, I wouldn't really pull on this, but as always, if you guys happen to be Sorks, feel free to leave your comments on this weapon in the comments down below. Moving on to the next weapon, it is going to be Silver Axe. Pretty much the same problem as the book. It is P debuff 2, meh. You know, like it's something, I guess. 1.2, 1.5 target, and it decreases their physical attack, so it probably has a slightly lower damage ratio in exchange for having this debuff on it. It does have about 22 something physical attack. So again, it's just like not really something I would really pull for personally, unless you are a physical DPS that really likes Snow White. I probably wouldn't pull on this banner. Other than that, Barbarian itself obviously is on this banner. That has pretty high total stats and pretty high physical attack, so that could be like a decent option for your grid Nightmare if you don't have every paid Nightmare MLB and whatnot. So there are obviously other ones that probably have higher physical attack, but I believe it does have around 1850 to 1900 physical attack, so that is quite high, and it definitely is worthy of a spot. Now, that being said, obviously I would never suggest pulling just for a Nightmare and this kind of weapon, so I would probably save if you are a physical DPS. And the final weapon is going to be Silver Hand Mirror, which is an orb, and as always, orbs are fucking trash. Don't pull for orbs. Anyways guys, that is going to be the end of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. For now though, I am out. Have a nice day.